Well, hello y'all, it is NVJumper, and welcome back to Rebels Canyon. Just gonna go over another war recap video. So we'll go into the war log here, and a nice bounce back win after that tough loss. Just crushed these guys. A weaker clan, they really had nothing going on for them. 91% to 68%, 26 to 16, and it could have been a little bit higher than 26, but we took it easy kind of at the end. So let's come here and check the details. Again, 26 to 16, 91% to 68%. So we'll check the map here. I don't know. I think they got a couple 3-stars on us. Maybe one down at the bottom, I think. No, they didn't give us a single 3-star on us at all. Couldn't even 3-star our bottom person. Didn't attack our top guy. And we checked their map, and there's just 3-stars all over the place. 1 star up at the top, and then a bunch of 3-stars. And only a 2-star here, but it's kind of misleading. It's a 99%. Just a little bit unlucky there. So, coming in here to check the stats. 19 attacks used. Didn't lose a single attack. They lost 2. Coming down to the best attacks. 7 3-stars, 2 2-stars, and 1 1-star on that top guy. And again, no 3-stars for them at all. New stars per attack. Less than 1 new star per attack for them. So they just had absolutely nothing going for them at all. And a lucky number 7 there on both most heroic attacks. One by Jimbo, and then the Poznan 74 for their team. Just checking the teams. No 6-star people this time. Just coming through at 98% by me on the first attack. I was really upset at that one. Just misdropped a heal a little bit, and I really should have had that. I had that base beaten. The only 2 buildings left were the Clan Castle, and unfortunately, obviously, the Town Hall. So that was a little disappointing. Could have been a 6-star war for me. So coming down again, Jimbo very close to 6 stars. Just had that unlucky 2-star, 99%. And DJ also pretty close to 2 stars, or 6 stars. And Chrome, he didn't get his last attack in until, I'm actually going to watch his video. He didn't get the last attack until about 2 hours left in there, so life probably just got in the way, but didn't have the time to use the second attack. So we check our defenses, and Flo took them 4 tries on our bottom person to get that, and the highest they could get is that 1-star, even have a defense in there, so really good defense by Flo. But it also kind of gives an example of some of their attacks were pretty crazy, and we weren't really sure what was going on with them. Just checking their attacks. Number 1 guy obviously left our number 1 guy alone, decided to drop down and hit 2 and 3. Top 3 guys all attacking our number 3. Carpe knocked them, but they were unable to seize the night against him. And coming down, and just really nobody doing any kind of damage to us whatsoever. Checking the defenses again. Number 2 kind of whooped our butt a little bit. We hit my 1-star was kind of the top attack for a while until Dan came in and cleaned it up. Not really a difficult base, just you know, little things here and there going wrong. Just prevents you from getting that 3-star. So again, nobody else really ever gave us trouble. 8 a little bit of trouble, but you know, the 99 just, you have one little tiny thing goes wrong and you end up with a 99%. He actually ended up, there was a builder hut in the corner, and he meant to save an archer, but he accidentally double dropped when he was widening his phone, and it dropped that archer he was going to use for that building. So just unlucky there. But let's come back in and start checking some replays. So we'll check the most heroic attack, which is Jimbo. This was actually our 3rd attack of the war. Very early on, only 2.5 hours into the war. And I remember when he did this attack, he was actually very upset. He wanted it back because he didn't, even in the attack, even as a 3-star, he didn't find a single giant bomb. So we still don't know where they are. No idea where they would be. Has to be the weirdest placement for a giant bomb ever. But you'll see in the video, just nothing shows up. They might be in those corners in the inner canal, or canal, whatever you want to call it. But if they are, they just never popped up. So simple CC draw, drops the poison on there to weaken that dragon up and kill everything else, and then he ends up drawing them all the way down here to the south side. Stay a little bit zoomed out. And just simple CC drop, just a couple witches and barb, and some wizards to take out that dragon. I like how he's dropping from the king side also, because then all those troops can come in here, and like they do right here, they lock onto that king and take that out. So now that king is no longer available to pound on his hogs as they go around. And drops the hogs from the same side to protect that kill squad, allowing them to clean up later in. Really good heals at first. Keep them healed up when they first get in there. Probably could have been a little bit deeper on the one on the right, but not too bad. And then the third one right here in this big cluster where all of the hogs end up converging on this, and they all stay full health. And again, just nothing showing up. The giant bombs obviously can't be in the top corner because the skeleton trap just popped out of there, so we still have no idea at all where these giant bombs could possibly be. But so many hogs just take out the last defense, and now it's just cleanup time. And I thought maybe they would hit a giant bomb in the cleanup, but nobody ever hits anything. There's no giant bombs. He must have had that in the far corners, or who knows where these bombs are. But so Jimbo was laughing at it, saying he wanted to attack again just to find out where they are. But again, it was a 3-star, so no need to re-attack it. When I first saw that message, I thought maybe he'd failed on it and said he wanted to re-scout it, but which obviously he can't do. But it was just kind of an amusing moment. So really good job Jimbo on the 3-star and the most sort of attack. So now we're going to come up and we're going to check. I'm just going to show an attack. Nothing really too interesting. Pretty standard attacks. Just some simple hogs and go wipes and some simple dragon attacks in this war. Again, their bases just weren't really very good. So I'm going to kind of choose a person that we haven't. I don't think I've showcased a video from theirs yet. So just to give Chrome some love, we'll show his attack here. And just a mass dragon attack. He goes with the 2 rages and 1 heal. Fairly common. You generally either see 2 rages and a heal or 3 lightning for mass dragon attacks. Sometimes, of course, you will see the just 3 rages. But drops his king way up top to take care of that outlying building just to make sure he doesn't run out on time. CC drop right there at the beginning. Very easy. Drops the rage to take that dragon out before it does too much damage to his clustered dragons. And then the way this base is funneled, I mean, it's almost a straight line. It makes it very easy for the dragons to path where they're going to go. Balloons here were key. Dragons tanking for those balloons, and the balloons just come in here and just destroy all kinds of defenses and allow those dragons to really kind of focus on going right towards the center and towards the town hall. And this bottom air defense, when I was watching this, it looked like it might give him some trouble. The balloons... It's a race to get there with the balloons, and they almost look like they might be able to do it. But right there at the last minute, the last one goes down, barely damages it at all. So then I'm thinking this dragon attacking the town hall, maybe they'll break away and he'll get it. But he ends up going down. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, this air defense is really just going to wreak havoc on these dragons, and they're going to get stuck on all these other buildings. But with there being no high HP buildings within range of that air defense, the dragons are able to quickly destroy whatever's next to them and then move to the air defense. So that really goes into a good point with defenses is, obviously when you're air defenses, you want to set up high HP buildings near those air defenses so that any kind of dragons that come in there, they're going to get stuck on those high HP buildings while they're within range of the air defense, and they'll be on those high HP buildings for a while while the air defense is plugging away at them the entire time. If you keep low HP buildings there, the dragons can just breeze right through it and get to the air defense. So you always want your high HP buildings surrounding it. So good job there from Chrome. Just somebody we haven't really showcased too much. So now everything else again is fairly simple go wipes and hogs. The only attack that was anything kind of unique was mine. I like to do a little bit more unique attacks. It makes the game a little bit more fun for me. Try and be creative and go with some of these, outlying strategies, whether they're, common internet strategies or if it's something I kind of created on my own, just on the fly based on the base. But I like to do a little bit different stuff. It makes the game more interesting, kind of challenges my skills and stuff a little bit. So we'll go ahead and watch this. And I'm going to pause it real quick to kind of look at the army. I got really close on time on this one. It looked like I wasn't going to quite make it, and it's because I didn't see this building all the way down here at the bottom. So I didn't leave a cleanup troop for that, but my troops ended up getting it pretty close to time. I think I had 2 seconds left. But if you look at the army and the clan castle as a max golem, so I guess you could call us a GoHoLo with golems, hogs, and loons. Maybe GoHoLoWi because of the wizards. But the first thing I noticed was the 3 X-bows that are all set to ground. And as soon as I noticed that, plus with the air defenses being on the outside and weaker, I instantly started thinking I can air this base. And, you know, GoLoWi, any of those with the Lava Hound was my first thought. But, you know, I saw these 2 up close, and I said, you know, I can just take these guys out. So we'll watch the strategy. So first thing, and this was a cleanup attack, so I knew where this Tesla was in the upper left. And I knew there was a spring trap there, so I obviously dropped just 1 at a time. Tried to draw all the wizards, didn't quite make it, so I had to use another hog to get everybody out. Got everybody out and dropped the 1 poison, tried to catch everybody, but just didn't quite make it. Ended up with that 1 archer and the 1 bottom wizard, not quite in range. The first attack by Carpe actually ended up getting all of the wizards. I just wasn't quite able to do it. I think that messing up with the draw is what hurt it. So then I'm kind of almost started to panic a little bit because I don't have any troops to help me drag these guys away. So I ended up having to use wizards, you know, powerful troops just to pull these guys up there. So I dropped a bunch of wizards hoping to engage them and get them out, and then I dropped the hogs behind that to help them get away. But unfortunately my wizards didn't take out their wizards and they locked onto the hogs, so I was a little bit worried that they weren't even going to get in here, but luckily that heal kept them alive long enough. Split them perfectly. That was the plan. Send them from 2 sides so they would split on that mortar and take out that air defense. As soon as that goes down, I move down here to the bottom and I zap quake this 1 last air defense. And then I bring in my golems and heroes, or the 1 golem, wall breakers, the heroes, and the wizards to get in here and take out this last air defense and the enemy archer queen. So now the CC troops, there's still a couple of them left alive up there, but they're all engaging these troops down here. They eventually get taken out. And since the top air defenses are dead, I can start the loons coming in here. And just dropping 2 to 3 loons per defense. And especially with the weaker wizard towers and not fully upgraded archer towers, it made it fairly easy. So just dropping loons in that circular pattern and just converging on the middle. And, you know, I kept a couple wizards and balloons back for cleanup. Started dropping my minions around here on these outlying buildings just to get the cleanup process started, knowing that I was running short on time. Balloons come in here eventually and take out the rest of these defenses, and then they can start working on the inner core while I have the wizards and these balloons. And I dropped that last balloon, didn't realize that cannon was still up, but luckily it gets taken out, so that balloon down the bottom can take out those storages, those high HP buildings. So Queen luckily takes out the town hall that the balloons went away from. And just simple cleanup process at this point. And once all of this goes down, I thought it was over, and then I looked at the percentage and saw that it wasn't. So I was a little bit worried right here. When all of those minions went down to that bomb, I got a little bit worried. Wasn't quite sure if I was going to make it in time. It was a race to the clock for that 1 balloon to get down there and help out. But luckily enough, he gets there in time. And I actually think the minion took it out anyway. So just an interesting, a little bit different army composition than you normally see. But just goes into, you know, study the base, watch your replays, and, you know, just be creative with your attack strategies, and you know, you can get 3 stars in these high Town Hall 9. So that'll wrap it up for this war. Again, another really good victory. Our current war looks fairly winnable. We went back up to a 15 war. This was, again, another 10-person war. So we're back up to 15 wars, 15-person war again this time. Looks fairly winnable. Town Hall-wise, we look outmatched. But when you look at the bases, some of them are fairly rushed. So it should be a pretty close war, but I think we can pull this out. All right, that'll wrap it up for today, and we will see you next war.